Hey guys, welcome back to the Paladins Masters Qualifiers. We're just here on break, just making sure that we get into the games amped up, ready for you with a lot of enthusiasm and energy. It is the last set of the day, so we got some good ones coming up. It's Burrito finally against Interlopers, trying to just, I don't know.
That's right.
Elope with a win here.
They're looking strong today. They're looking for their third win of the day and try to catapult themselves, guarantee themselves that top 2 spot. The top 2 teams out of these Master Qualifiers will qualify for the Masters land here at the studio in April.
Yeah, it's really coming up soon. April 6th through 9th is when it'll be. So these teams are trying to cement their spots now, get a chance at a $75,000 prize pool and some international competition, the lands, how valuable those can be. It's hard to even put it on paper between just the money, between what it does for your career as an esports player, what it does for your credibility, not only with your friends, your family, but in the scene with your organization. So much on the line, especially for Burrito here, who have come off a victory at our latest and greatest tournament, the Paladins Invitational, and looking to continue their winning ways. Ice Mines banned out this time. Frozen Guard as well. Frog Isles, where we'll start.
Yep, and that's where they started their previous set. They're very dominant here. Momentum-based map, pretty small. Burrito do well here to get opponents on the back foot and keep them there the whole time. Head on to the champion draft where Burrito will likely have first pick as they are the top seed. Snag the Koa as they always have and probably always will.
It's been a long time since I think I've seen or remember Burrito losing on a Frog Isle. I think they just pretty much sweep these maps really typically. Frog Isle tends to be their bread and butter.
They drove it home against D69 in the HRX finals.
Yeah, I mean, this is their bread and butter right here. bonkar excels on this. Last time, we did get to see them play this once earlier on in an earlier set today against Wolves, and they went with the Barrack for bonkar. So now they won't have the Barrack here. It leans to me to say, okay, the Torvald's being suggested. The Drogos is gone, so where do you fall here? Do you go for your healer yet?
I don't think so, not this early. The Shaolin, okay. So still have the room to draft the Androxus, but that is, it counters well against Drogos, but it's always good to see as much as you can of the draft before you pick a flanker. Flankers are more situational in the meta right now. There's not kind of like that plug-and-play flanker that's going to do well in any composition. So the more of your opponent's draft that you can see, the better when you draft a flanker.
Croc and Ying. Their healing set. Maldama's there, and they will have another opportunity to flesh the roster out. We've seen Kinesis come out here. Wouldn't be impossible, but given that Interlopers have the counter flank, and they know Spunkki, who used to be the healer for Burrito, in fact, at the Paladins Invitational, one of the champions for Burrito there, who won that trophy as well on Interlopers, maybe they're a little afraid. He might be able to target them out with some of his flank action. So stay with Androxus. Interlopers respond with Victor.
So, Victor's a little bit vulnerable against Androxus. Solo Barrack as well. This is high-risk, high-reward draft for Interlopers here. If they can burst down, a lot of the guys are going to put pressure on them. The Victor's going to help them run away with it. Bird going with the ripened gourd for his Maldama, looking for some more control. Thiel goes for pluck on Makoa. bonkar selects field study for his Torvald. SunCommander with the recurve on Shaolin, and Laizy finally with Darkstalker on Androxus. That ultimate's a little bit easier to hit on this character.
Absolutely is. Maelstrom for Grok as of now for the shock pulses and the control. Gunnery for Victor, the extra bonus damage aiming down sights. Fusillade for skillganon, the extra damage on direct shots. Kamyker running focusing lens, it looks like. Again, the extra damage for Yang, and Fortify for Barrack, so unbelievable. Just trying to keep things... Oh, actually switched to Architectonics at the very end is unbelievable. So goes to the turret right there. Maybe they're just trying to surprise them.
That's good for Burrito, because they only have the one wrecker on Shaolin, and he doesn't have a great angle at the point. Have it come out. He's finding a couple of pop shots onto the Drogos. There's a nice one on a Victor from long range, but he's going to be healed up almost immediately. First blood goes to skillganon on the Laizy.
Oh, almost hooked him off, actually.
Wow,
but Creatives gets the kill onto Thiel. The ledge saves him when he thought it would be his demise. Thiel just miscalculates there the angle that Creatives was standing at. Creatives, he's had great games thus far. He's really shown that he can definitely do damage on this Victor role, and he's going to continue to try to do so yet again. skillganon in the air, firing a couple shots. Fusillade will help, but
he's going to get that Grok off the map. 57% on the point for the Interlopers, 33 for Burrito, who are now starting to swing control back in their favor. There's a fire spit over the top. Already big damage comes in from SunCommander on the creatives, takes him down. And this is what we talked about, this high risk, high reward. The first fight went well for Interlopers. They were able to get the key pickups. Laizy went down, and so that opens up Victor to just start pumping damage into Burrito. They take the fight from there, but immediately pressured out was Victor. spunkki getting knocked off the map a second time in a row.
Doesn't feel good, man. Of course, SunCommander with the Impale arrows. He's one of the better aimers in Paladins. He's going to keep that up. 2 minutes, 20 seconds now for the push to take place. Burrito feeling strong, looking strong, trying to keep this momentum up with the ability that they've been showing to play at a high level. But what a great salvo there. It's going to end SunCommander, stop the momentum just a little bit. Laizy going to try and find them, but man, they will follow suit. So 2 damage dealers down and a tank. They've definitely held here for now.
Big pincer damage, another big direct impact. Skillganon been running Fusillade for the majority of the day. He's going to be on point there. bonkar tries to get off the map, but he would have given credit to somebody on Interlopers. Nonetheless, pretty strong hold, stronger than most teams are able to surmount against Burrito. 3 ultimates available.
And you know what they're saying, Nick? They're saying stagger, stagger, stagger. They're yelling, don't let him get back with his team. Save the kill. Because if the longer that you make that Torvald stay alive, the longer it takes for him to group up and the entire team of Burrito to group up as a team of 5. On the defense, staggering your opponent is huge, and a crucial point if you're a newer player looking at, you know, how do I really maximize taking advantage of a win, defending here, try to make sure that those tanks, those healers, if they all go down, there's no need to kill them quickly, because that just means when you do kill them, it's still going to be longer for them to group.
That was a pretty Anito Bandito interaction there, actually. We saw the fire spit direct impact Thiel, and so the rockets, as if they weren't hitting hard enough with the Fusillade legendary, were hitting upwards of 1,800 damage. Because fire spit, if you direct impact it, will still supplement your rocket damage as Drogos. But nice 3 kill for nothing. Burrito, they get their feet under them, they get this payload push moving once again. There's a 4th kill. They're looking strong. Only 45 seconds to remain here, so it's not a lot of time. They don't have really any margin for error to screw up this next team fight.
Is that another dry bear? Oh no, it worked.
Yeah, I think it might be. That dry bear was running that in playtest. He runs max lung capacity and just start pegging people with fire spits directly.
And then try to hit him with the direct damage. It does create an incredible amp. One of the kind of hidden interactions of Drogos most people don't use that right mouse button skill for, but now it is all Laizy in the back line, and he's been so good, so focused on taking down dragons when he gets on this Androxus. He's just the bane of any Drogos, and the reload speed is fast enough to help him out and keep that success alive. SunCommander will pick up 2, and it is Burrito again taking a lead on Frog Isle.
That's all it takes. It takes that one team fight. This is a very short map, smaller than most. The payload push can happen off the back of just that one quick team fight when you really get your opponent staggered and start taking it to him. Now Bird picking up the bulldozer. Maldamba, it's hard to confirm his damage, so a good pickup for him is often when there's a lot of big shields in the way. You can pick up Wrecker or Bulldozer on Maldamba, just start spamming big targets because he does good damage, but the trade-off there is that his projectiles are fairly hard to hit.
And of course, you know, you're not necessarily always able to do that. It takes a very, very skilled, and all these guys are, but you're focused on your healing, you're focused on your damage. Very high mechanical skill level for Maldamba when he's doing everything perfectly. SunCommander just following it. Almost gets a knockoff there. That would have been huge, and definitely not happy for spunkki, who goes down anyways, thanks to Thiel aggressing so far on the right-hand side, and just the space being cleared for Burrito. So they just have an easy time here. They're going to leave Bird on the point. He's just content to lay back and chill, heal up with the hit scan heals, and SunCommander in the air takes down skillganon. Great shot on the dragon.
From long range as well. Laizy found a nice flank there, got its accursed arm in the back line, found a kill, but just pulled Interlopers away from the point, allowing Burrito to just walk on there freely. You can see Bird sitting there on the low ground now, just healing people up from a distance and capturing the point.
Wow, it's
absolutely for free.
Great stuff there, but again, yeah, you know, and that's again the role in, you know, competitive and a higher level, right? You want your healer, especially if you're Maldamba or Yang, who can kind of heal in front of you, whether it's hit scan, whether it's your clones being deployed, to really sit. That's, oh boy, unbelievable, falls off the map thanks to a Thiel hook. To really sit on the point, sit on the objective, and let your damage dealers, let your tanks zone out in front, so that you can just create this ever-increasing bubble of space and damage for that payload to be escorted.
Laizy back backing up right now in the reversal. Minute 57 remain here. Burrito have already cleared half distance on this payload push. Go up on the high ground. Thiel looking for another hook off the map probably. He's had, you know, a higher than average, I think, thus far in this game. 3 or 4 already. There's a nice Dread Serpent. Will land onto 2. Actually, 3 as the Ying got pushed out of position as well. 2 kills off the back of it. Hi-Rez is ready to go for SunCommander. Not much distance needs to be found here for Burrito to drive this home.
Oh, he's got blocked by the Barrack turret, which has a lot of extra health onto it. But Barrack now, even though his turret is still alive, is going to be under a lot of pressure here. Recharge will take away a lot of the shield. Unbelievable, running out of resources as the Dwarf. And though Thiel goes down, with Kamyker staying alive and the healing through, it is going to mean that the full Burrito wipe is imminent unless they draw back, and they will just elect to kind of cut their losses there. They've got a minute left to redo this thing.
Bonkar's boxing out, actually manages to come out on top. Laizy way in the back line by himself. Does get taken down by Kamyker in the end. 56 seconds remain here for Burrito. Hi-Rez still the only ultimate on the board for them, but they are pretty close for a couple of key ones here. The Accursed Arm is at 83%. The Ancient Rage is nearly there as well. 44 seconds left in the game. Thiel looking for another hook off the map. He finds the Grok, and there it is, the signature Thiel maneuver.
Takes down spunkki and is able to take down a former teammate. Maybe take down the entire team here as well. With SunCommander, the way he's just firing these arrows, he's getting so much damage that, you know what, you can't always count on for a Shaolin, but when he gives it to you, oh, baby, it feels good. SunCommander in the back line, 16 streak. And Burrito, they're winning a victory on Frog Isle as usual.
There it is. Very quick, very decisive win. Honestly, the most impressive part,
I got production laughing. Yo, we having fun today, man. We having fun today. I gave a little bit of extra oomph on that, to be honest. Just trying to mix up the casting here, you know. And not much, but a Burrito just wipe on that one.
Somebody at home's like, "That's my porno."
Yeah, you just reminded me, bro.
Anyway, beautiful shots. That was honestly the highlights there. The hooks off the map. We had the shots onto the Drogos, which is not easy to do with Shaolin. He's a good counter to Drogos if you're landing those types of shots. And boy, was SunCommander landing 76,000 damage. Oh yeah,
that feels good, baby.
20-1. I mean, this is the that's the HRX finals type of performance there.
That's true. SunCommander making a case that hey, maybe he should have been the sub at HRX.
He couldn't make it, dude.
He was the
visa troubles.
I know, man. And now Bugsy, who's had that same issue with D69, finally has it all cleared up. So he can, and that's why I think D69 just already trying to say, we're getting there. I can get there. Bugsy's like, I can get there. We're getting there. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So far they have. Game 2 coming up. And let's take it to the maps. See where we will be playing this epic game of Paladins.
Final set of the day. Jaguar Falls, Burrito, another really strong map for them. A lot of momentum carried through here as well, and they do so well with this tank stacking, which is pretty important here. Tank stacking with a nice flanker performance is where we see a lot of these like hyper momentum wins come on Jaguar Falls, and that's basically the same story we just saw on Frog Isle. The same type of comp can be pulled off by Burrito on either of these maps. Interlopers, they got to make their stand here now.
All right, so Interlopers most likely going to go with the Makoa. Burrito, I think they're going to go Barrack Torvald here.
I agree. Torvald, Barrack they love. They think is a very high tier pick right now in and of itself in any composition. If you watch Bird's tier list,
Shaolin.
That's his opinion. Torvald is good against Makoa just because of the anti-burst potential on his protection bubble in the queue.
Grok. Shaolin Grok.
Grok, dude. Taking it away.
Oh, no. What am I thinking? Drogos. Okay, Drogos. Yeah, maybe Shaolin. I could see them going Shaolin, but not for a better reason.
It'd be a good takeaway here for
to get it away.
Spunkki is very good Shaolin, actually, believe it or not. He used to play just supports for Burrito, but on this team, he is allowed to branch out. He plays supports still for the Interlopers, but he's kind of like their main flexible player. The early Ying.
That's early.
This can be clutch because there is a lot of point stacking on Jaguar Falls. And this is where Ying's ability to heal split targets is going to be very valuable, as there's going to be a lot of targets very low because it's a big brawl fest on Jaguar Falls in the middle.
You know, Burrito doesn't really draft that way because they don't really care having Ying and Barrick together. So it's weird that Interlopers would prioritize Ying on Jaguar Falls. I think maybe because of the map, it could be a little bit harder to chase her down, a little bit harder to, especially if you take the Drogos away, to deal with all of the clones. May is not going to get picked.
Do it
no
to
way.
him, Spunky.
No way.
Do it
It's
to
got
him,
to be a
Spunk.
troll.
Do it to him, Spunk.
100%. I got you. I got you guys. Get out of here.
I wanted to see it. I
We
don't think
knew
she
that.
got.
We knew that was a
I
troll.
don't think she's as. She did get a heavy-handed nerf.
No, it's not
in this
impossible.
patch, but I think Spunky could have done it.
I think he could have. Spunky's one of the better ones, and he just gave it up. He just like came out, you know, hit like a fadeaway half-court jumper, and just like, all right, I'm done. Sub me out. You just couldn't see him again. Androxus comes through, Bomb King at the very end, and Pip will be there to support the final round out for Interlopers.
So Laizy's not too scared after his previous Bomb King performance. He's going to bring it out again.
Hey, what if they take him
He
off?
did
What
very
if they
well.
demote him?
All right, well,
Keep
here's
him on
the thing.
Andro.
Jaguar Falls is a little bit more open. There's less things to bump your head on than there is on Stone Keep.
Sure.
So he's feeling good about it. I mean, his shot last weekend was really, really good on this map. He had an amazing performance on the Bomb King. This map in particular.
Well, we're going to have to see if that continues. Creatives. He's going to run Desert Shadow on Shaolin. Focusing Lens, extra damage for Kamyker on Yang. Fusillade for Drogos, Pluck for Makoa, and Catalyst for Pip.
Burrito will have Bird running Ripen Gourd for some control on the point on Maldamba. Accelerant for Laizy's Bomb King. Fortify for Bonkers Barrick. Thiel will be taking Field Study on the Torvald, as well as a Cauterize, and heads will roll for SunCommander, the guy who is all aim today.
Yeah, because, you know, Androxus, normal Androxus is okay. You could still get the 2 nether stats with the reversal and building into those cards like Power of the Abyss and being able to, you know, have the similar playstyle that you've had before where you're healing up off your dashes. You don't get as many, but you can still do what you're doing and you just get your extra headshot damage, which can be really impactful when you do hit it. It's not as guaranteed, maybe a little bit more RNG in terms of your aim and positioning of someone, but gosh, it could still be very impactful when he does get it. So he's going for the clutch moments here. Burrito, 24% on the objective so far. And the fight's still pursuing Laizy. Not much happening. First blood goes to SunCommander. Speak of the devil, and Spunky will be down.
Interlopers are so split up right now, and they have this Makoa, and it's such an easy thing to do to just play off of the back of the Dredge Anchor. But Spunky gets separated from his backline and goes down. Burrito have been standing on the objective this entire time, 87%. They are but a few seconds away from their first payload.
Gorge just popping out wherever they need it. It's just great healing, great pressure, great zoning potential. Grumpy Bomb's not ready yet, but they've got to stay on this point, and this is Grumpy Bomb becomes exponentially more of a better ability the more your team is desperate to stand in that location, which is what this is. And overtime's going to tick away. It just forced Kamyker to take so much damage, really have no answer here. And again, they will, though they tick overtime, just feed credits unless someone can get a big kill onto someone like Laizy, and it's up to Shaolin to do so.
Creatives finds one. skillganon is also here, resetting this overtime time and time again. Spunky's back on the Makoa, but they don't have the healer there in time. Just too little, too late. Kamyker comes through, finds a kill onto Laizy, but the payload is off to the races, and Burrito looking to keep this momentum high and carry this set to a close.
Now, what's good about Ripen Gourd, actually, we don't talk about this too much, but I believe that's what Bird is running here.
Yes.
And being able to actually slow in an area, different than Pip's Explosive Flash, which kind of hits in an area once, and it's not like a persistent slow in that moment. You just basically get it attached to you, and it can fade off based off resilience. But if you're in Gourd, you are going to get slowed. So really shutting off a path, shutting off a channel, creates for a lot of great setup for like an Androxus. That Ying trying to get away, she couldn't in this Gourd. And look at this channel, it's just, they don't want to walk in there because they can't get out.
Getting poked very, very low here. Providing sustain for your team as well, helping swing those fights. Nice fire spit around the corner there. Picks up Laizy, holding for the time being. Interlopers not looking to go down without a fight. Bonkar will fall as well, and now a nice hook from Spunky. He's going to pull a very low mobility Thiel, very out of position. He's going to be able to recharge some of his HP back, but will it be enough? The Interlopers jostling the forward position. Unbelievable, picks him up, but now Spunky missed Shelspin. He's going to be in an awkward spot here, and he's going to go down.
Very, very odd. Double kill for Laizy. Gets one off the King Bomb this time. So he will take some down with him as he falls to Unbelievable, making up for some of those missed Bomb King ults earlier on, which we're not very accustomed to Laizy doing with his typical A+, S+ performances for Burrito and their squad. 57 seconds now on the clock for Burrito to push this payload. It hasn't moved too much farther, maybe about at the 45%, approaching the halfway point here. And this is a crucial choke that Interlopers are going to need to hold.
spunkki missing a hook onto the low ground. Drops down, shell shield immediately blasted through. There's a big dread serpent, hits a lot of members of Interlopers, shattering this front line. There's the dome seal just to get the forward positioning, but bonkar is good, in danger of going down. The dragon punch is going to be good. Burrito don't get the follow-up on the skill game, allowing him to get the triple. This is why it's so important to shut down Drogos after he lands a dragon punch.
Great stuff by skillganon, and actually still avoids the Bomb King Grumpy Bomb that came out afterwards. Might have stunned him and forced the kill. Narrowly able to escape with his life as SunCommander using reversal to reset his dashes yet again and get out of that one, catching some of the damage. Could have been a quadra, maybe even a penta if Laizy and SunCommander were in bad positions there. Skillganon goes down now, and what does that say about this hold? This could be trouble for them considering how important he was to that last defense.
bonkar stays alive as well. Nice impale. Laizy providing or getting peeled off of the pip as well, and now allows that evil mojo to come through in a big way. That impale may have saved this round for Interlopers.
Yeah, it doesn't get it, but doesn't have the ability to capitalize, and yet again we see creatives impale and actually do damage here onto Laizy that forces him back. And SunCommander, actually unbelievable, will follow off the kill to Laizy.
I think that impale saved the round. You know, that impale doesn't hit Laizy. Laizy kills Unbelievable. Unbelievable doesn't get that evil mojo off, and all those follow-up kills onto Burrito.
Yeah.
So huge play from creatives there to save the defense and slow some of this momentum down from Burrito.
He's been doing a great job as well, creatives. Stepping into the items, looking at what they'll be picking up. It is Resilience, Rejuvenate, and Master Riding for bonkar. Great pickups for me, especially because he's going to get to the point quickly. That's what Barrick wants to do on this type of map. At least he'll have the option to set up his turret where he wants to go. And he's going to be able to deal with the Impale. He's going to be able to deal with the Evil Mojo, most importantly, in the Explosive Flash coming from Unbelievable, which they're really counting on here.
Laizy moving around, 82% on the King Bomb ultimate. No ultimates for the Interlopers. Just one. Right over the Accursed Arm. Here's the Grumpy Bomb the zone. Nice shots around the corner. This is the rhythm that's so dangerous. If Bomb King can get into it, landing shots, even on the airborne targets, the timing, the positioning, it's perfect. We told you Laizy was a good player here. No King Bomb just yet, but there's the Grumpy Bomb. Hooked out just to try and save something. The Interlopers being trashed by the King and thrashed by the Godslayer.
Dang, man, that was Laizy making up for all his lost time with that great performance of just individual Bomb King skill. Didn't even use the ultimate there. Maybe got a little scared. Did his head one more time and said, let me just play it safe. I know this is working, but maybe he's saving it for the perfect moment. This is it, Laizy. He needs to revenge himself. Hits the wall, goes in, gets one kill. At least he finds the value. The protection almost went on him at the same time, so the 40% damage almost applied to his ult. Rather save him now, and Laizy will continue to go crazy. Nothing lazy about it, we like to say, as he's on an 8 streak. Objective captured for Burrito.
My God. That's an improvement.
Yeah.
It's one. Yeah. Could have been better, but it's an improvement. He got the kill. His blessed shot, his aim is on point right now. Yeah. Ultimates aside, he doesn't even need him. He's been hitting every shot.
I love how he just stood there and waited and was like, I gotta get this one. You could see, like, it's like the end of Air Bud.
All right,
it's like the last free throw.
You can do this. Hyperbeam could be good here. Ying and Shaolin in a position to be taken off the map. Thiel looks like he's positioning for it, maybe. He's gonna just reconnect with his team, get hooked back in, actually in a rough spot. He will go down.
Yeah, your mobility is very limited. Torvald, no movement skills, and so that hyper beam's got to be a lot to do with your team's positioning. If the enemy team can sniff you out early, and they're actually going to go straight towards Laizy. spunkki doing a great job on this Makoa, and you know, further matches where we saw maybe NTBs maybe not have as much success here. spunkki seems to be really reaching the targets that need to be reached at the right times with these hooks and making an impact on Burrito, stalling this push with 1:20 still left on the clock.
Ultimates here. Ancient Rage is ready. Dragon Punch and Heat Haze are also available for the Interlopers. Cursed Arm, Hyper Beam, Dome Shield. So 3-3 on the ultimates. score here. Nice salvo around the corner. Is not going to find anyone. That basically he can deduce where they all went. We'll be off to the right here. A minute remains. Burrito trying to find the conversion.
Oh, look at Thiel trying to position on the right-hand side too and just get set up for the hyper beam, but skillganon snips him out and actually kills Thiel right there. And SunCommander could be in trouble. Reversal gives him, I think, the other dash, but he's just going to use the B for BM. And in fact, use it for just the vision it provides. Can he get out of the Grumpy Bomb range? He can't. In trouble. Holding that weapon means you move slower, Nick, and that could be the issue. Didn't want to give up the draw.
Cursed Arm is ready to go. Laizy finds the first pick of this engagement. SunCommander nailing shots from long range. The fall off is pushing him. They're not getting a lot of damage. Here comes another forward zone as bonkar this time has taken out the Dragon Punch threat, so we'll be able to get full value from that ultimate, but is it enough?
He's got the Accursed Arm here. Might want to use it. Gets a headshot from far away. Which definitely makes a king bomb for Laizy.
Forehead.
Oh, God. All right, well, back into the fight. SunCommander going in 8th streak as well. He's helping to keep this team alive. The Bomb King ult largely negated, but his ult actually not even used. So what is better, you have to say. He's going to at least take that in the next round. Overtime is here. You can tell Burrito wanted to push this in. The 3-1 means a lot. And here come the chickens. So now a big ult used on the side of Interlopers as well. They've got to find the value, and they do. Defense successful.
Long overtime. Kamyker actually finding 2 of those kills. Interlopers still with 3 ultimates, almost 4. Just using that Evil Mojo. I don't mind it, just to make sure they keep the momentum. They got to keep a cap on Burrito here. They can't let him run away, getting these conversions as well. But you see the resiliences are heal for Thiel and for bonkar, so they will be coming out of that Evil Mojo ultimate 2 seconds earlier. SunCommander has the Cauterize 3 as well as a Cursed Arm. We see Bird sitting on Chronos too, as well as a Dread Serpent. So a lot of big team fight ultimates. King Bomb is a big team fight ultimate, but hasn't been today.
And, you know, I see the protection coming out on Laizy every single time right after his ultimate. I wonder if he's just missing the timing on that, because that 40% extra damage could mean a lot on the, 3,500 that Bomb King ultimate does. So very, very curious to see if the timing will switch or if he's just using it to keep Laizy alive after Bomb King admittedly is very exposed when he finishes that stun up and people are not in the range of it. Heat Haze available for Shaolin. Creatives doesn't elect to use it yet. In fact, he uses Planet, and boy, oh boy, it's taken down by skillganon, and things are going well for Interlopers thus far. Protection is going to help SunCommander slay Creatives with a huge reversal, but skillganon will find the Godslayer and slay him himself. Fire Spit should kill Laizy, and it will long range for skillganon. Interlopers looking good here. They might just have themselves a lead.
Beautiful there. Bonkar goes down as well. Very staggered from the rest of his team. Tries to get the dismount. SunCommander's just going to catch that, throw it back in his face, but unable to connect on those rockets. 13 streak for Kamyker. Heat Haze still ready to go. Burrito, they don't have any ultimates in the tank, so they're going to have to find this team fight win raw.
That was it, though, Dick. I think that was it with SunCommander as well. Didn't get on the horse, didn't get the flanking route. They kind of saw where he was coming, and now they can just poke him out, and that's what they've done. skillganon on a rampage here, and Ying with the extra damage, possibly, just going to mean she's on a 15 streak. Kamyker. Oh man, just being ignored, and you can't do that to anyone here on these types of level teams.
Burrito now, they're on the back foot. They have the chance to lose this game here and go to a game 3. Interlopers looking to keep their momentum high. The Dragon Punch is almost ready. Evil Mojo is even closer, and both of those are going to be good options that you can be pretty liberal with in terms of their use. Laizy needs to go big here, needs to find this kill, but he's going to be hooked out. That rocket's going to miss. Poppy Bomb's going to be good, as well as protection from Thiel. Long-range Fire Spit isn't enough to clean it up. And that rocket.
Through the wall, through the wall.
God bless. Oh,
wow, he got hit with both, though. Can you believe that? That definitely would have done the damage. Laizy now surely in trouble, and this protection from Thiel is not the same thing. Thiel so much, I think so comfortable on the Makoa style. He just hasn't seemed to find the same type of rhythm and coordination on the Torval, but with 33% still for his ult, not the worst thing that could have happened, Nick. At least he didn't hit a turret.
He hangs on to 30% of the charge with the whiff and ultimate there. Thiel pressuring him out, but is very low. A lot of late game records. Here comes the King Bomb ultimate. Could it be big? It's going to hit a couple for Laizy. Finally finding the mark there, but he will be taken down immediately after finding Unbelievable.
It's still good. Got 1 kill, though. That could be enough. The Evil Mojo not on the table, of course, now, and 9%. that could be it. And oh my gosh, man, Nick, it looks like the Ancient Rage could do it for spunkki and squad here. Oh boy, he gets 2 with the helps of creatives. Moldamba just staying on the point, delaying the inevitable. Interlopers with the victory over Burrito.
Huge Ancient Rage there, cleaving a lot of members. That's when that ultimate's really cluck. A lot of times it's used just to bait, but when they're forced to get on the point or on a payload during overtime, the cleave from Ancient Rage is colossal and can win a team fight on its own.
Swing, batter, swing, swing. Let's head to the scoreboard and see what happened there stat-wise in this game.
SunCommander, 93,000 damage, the highest in the game. Laizy, 69k, bonkar at 66. So hanging in there, but it was the slow grind. Once those wreckers came online, they were able to punch through Barrick and Torvald just a little bit quicker, as well as the Cauterize. Started to put a cap on what Bird could do. 79,000 healing for him by the end of all things. But nice job for Interlopers, playing it slow, playing it steady, and taking it back.
10 solo kills for Laizy. That's pretty damn impressive. That is a lot of solo kills.
That's his style. He heads straight to the back line and just tries to get in a rhythm with his auto attacks. And Bomb King does so much damage. And those team fights were very split, which I thought was weird off the start because spunkki kept dying by himself. And a lot of times you'll see guys just try to play off the Dredge Anchor entirely. But they were splitting up, and Laizy was finding them all alone.
Yeah.
There was 2 or 3 people. He found, I think, I believe it was a triple kill or at least a 2 kill he found by himself, 1v2. In the backline. Beautiful shots on the Drogos. And those types of scenarios, it's going to find a lot of support. He doesn't get anything for it because he's not classified as a flanker, but it's nice to see nonetheless.
And Serpent Beach will be the map they elect for the final game. Seen a lot of these ones here. Frog Owl, Jaguar Falls, now Serpent Beach. Interlopers have won a couple games this weekend, which is more than we could say for last weekend for them. And I think is a good sign moving forward that they found some rhythm. Again, I noticed spunkki having more of an impact on the Makoa than I think Burrito, when they've given that up before, have had to deal with. I don't think they had to play against that solid of a Makoa, at least in terms of all cylinders firing, versus Wolves. And now they won't have to play against it again in this set, at least. They will take it. Thiel will be back on his comfort pick.
Ooh, we get a nice amount of room early Ying here. On Serpent Beach. Go ahead and want to lock that one down. Barrick as well. I mean, Ying is she's still strong, right? She received her nerf, but the split healing especially, this kind of telegraphs that Interlopers probably want to go for more of a point stack composition because the split healing is going to be more valuable when you're brawling out head-to-head on the point. The Drogos, though, as well as the Torvald, is going to be good. Now Laizy's got to hit a different type of ultimate.
That's right.
That's equally as embarrassing as weakness.
But maybe a little bit easier to confirm and still have people run away from you. But depends. It's all about the timing. CC immune during the whole process. Androxus, though, for Interlopers. And Shaolin. I kind of like this pickup for them. I like not going into the buck. Or I think the Androxus has started to show his colors here on Serpent Beach. Can be a monster.
No buck picked up yet. I don't think we'll see Burrito go into it. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Not any lock. I mean, it's good right now because Interlopers don't have a lot of lockdown. They don't have the Torvald. They don't have the Makoa. They do have the Shaolin and the Androxus, which are both decent answers. But if Interlopers pick another tank here and they do the Ruckus to just stick and not give Buck a lot of good targets, then it's going to be tough for him to find a lot of value.
Yeah, if they can get a lot of damage off with this Ruckus.
Who's playing it? SunCommander on this Buck?
It'll be interesting. I don't know. See, the thing with Shaolin and Andro, I think the zone is pretty strong if you're able to do it well, but they don't have the area zone like Drogos brings to the table. So even if they win this point fight, keeping them off that fight, at the point from returning, it's going to be, I think, in the favor of Laizy with the Drogos and SunCommander with the Buck to be able to do that. So Laizy going in with, looks like Combustible started off. Field Study running in for Torvald. Actually, no, he's going to switch up to Worm Jets. There it is. Bounce House for Buck. Pluck for Makoa. And now Ripened Gourd for Bird, which seems to be his favorite Moldamba pick right now.
Desert Shadow for Creatives. Shaolin. Focusing Lens right now for Kamyker's Ying. Architectonics for skillganon's Barrick. spunkki is running Darkstalker on Androxus, and Flux Generator, of course, So Kamyker, he is going to stick with the focusing lens here, going for more damage.
Yeah, that damage actually really paid off last game. He was on a 15 streak or so as they captured that last objective, but this is what Thiel brings to the table. Unbelievable though, just waits, uses the emitter right when he gets pulled. And that's a great use of that as well. Now he's starting to get ramped up. Now the damage is here. He's got to avoid another hook from Thiel, and I think actually just goes into cover as a result of that. Doesn't want to be exposed. Doesn't want to get pulled into the Burrito zone. But SunCommander in the back line, able to tear through Kamyker if he's not careful.
Not enough cauterize on the table yet, though. Laizy does finally get first blood. Now Burrito trying to bully their way. They have to do it, and they have to do it soon. 84% already on the point for the Interlopers. Burrito,
doesn't see him.
Really rough spot here. SunCommander is able to find the angle, but Interlopers come away with the payload.
They just waited. They played so patiently. I feel like this is something that we'd see Interlopers do against Burrito, where Burrito just take the point and just fight on it, and it feels like, wow, I mean, you're doing a great job, but your strategy isn't working. Eventually, you're just going to have to aggress, and it wasn't working out for him. Laizy with a triple kill for Drogo's quadra kill for Laizy. He needs it. He can't get it though. It's too hard. It's elusive, man.
He's scared, dude. He's too scared of ultimates today. He would have done it.
The Dragon Punch for the Penta would have been hot, man. But I don't know. That was a little risky. They got to defend here, and I don't mind it. He likes the quadra, and I think that's fine for everyone at home and for him to feel content about his play. And again, I don't think Laizy needs us to tell him he's good. We already know it. The viewers know it. The players know it. That's why he's such a target. Whenever he does something, all eyes turn towards him. Otherwise, quadras are coming out.
Fire spit high ground there. Hooked out by Thiel, though, now very low. spunkki needs to get out of this situation. One more second. So fire spit's up, and it might drive the kill home. Goes over the top of his head, though. spunkki will live for now.
Nice fire spit there by Laizy. Thiel gonna help eliminate creatives. spunkki, though, takes Laizy down. This could be kind of what Interlopers have been looking for. Just get Laizy out of this fight. Again, the zone that he has is so good with Drogo's, and he's been doing a really good job with it. I think it's gonna be very difficult to contend with. And Drox's accursed arm. It's gonna be avoided. Great protection and great slither by Bird, but he will fall nonetheless to creatives, who is back in action and slaying two himself. SunCommander kind of caught between a room and a ruckus. And he's still alive.
45 seconds remain here. Jumps away, 500 health. Ying's gonna get around the corner. Focusing lens, boys, doesn't get it done. Leap onto the high ground now. He will be safe for the time being. Laizy's under a lot of pressure. spunkki hits his reversal. He's gonna win the fight, but he doesn't. Fire spit's gonna come out, and now Interlopers are gonna be in a bad spot with this Drogo's free firing into their comp.
Oh, great job though. Creative shuts us up as we speak. And SunCommander, I actually really love the way he's playing here. He's gotten in the back line most of this time and just been so patient, right? He's just making use of these charges really effectively so that he's using them when they show up and not just jumping in all willy-nilly and anticipating to play this the way Bounce House Buck was played before. But the extra mobility is keeping him alive in these fights quite often. 2 seconds left, overtime, about to ensue.
Laizy very poked out right now, but 2-0. Burrito are winning this fight. There comes the dome shield to try and stave off the aggression, but he's all alone. Ruckus and Barrick, the flux generator. Repulsor field could be good. Isn't enough, however, to save it. There comes the Dragon Punch as well. Laizy is going to find a double kill for himself. SunCommander finds one. Overtime's going to tick out, and Burrito tie things up 1-1.
Shouts out to SunCommander and bonkar, who have been both on a very good job of just keeping SunCommander alive and making sure that he could stay a threat in this fight. He just didn't go down most of that engagement, I think, on a 13 streak now. But do be aware that if he gets killed by Barrick or if he gets killed by spunkki, that's going to be a pretty big ultimate charge that they get back. Could turn the swing of this fight.
Yeah, I think early game, Interlopers should be winning those fights. They really wanted to find the conversion here, especially with the Wreckers coming online. And Cauterize, I think, is the big one here as well, shutting down the Ying healing. SunCommander, you saw he was trying to get in on Kamyker, but just the healing was too much. He was almost out-healing the damage that he was able to do. This is just not going to be the case anymore with that 60% at the Cauterize 2 mark. A couple of ultimates as well. Burrito and Interlopers have 3 each.
Nice silence there. That actually is a 3-man silence coming out from bonkar. Hyper beams here, but he's not going to have a chance to use it. Hexafire's too much damage, and Torvald with no mobility, just the too little too late. Needed to be anticipatory in that situation. Otherwise, the reaction just didn't get what he needed, which was a healthy life.
He was absorbing shields almost that whole time too, and still went down. That's the craziest part. Just shows
Wreckers,
you how much damage X-Fire can put by. Here's the Ancient Rage, though. It's not going to be finding a whole lot there. Laizy does get the first kill of the engagement. Thiel just staying alive, providing the space for his team to go to work.
Thiel just knows the timing of this champion. He knows how to play it so well. That's why Thiel and Makoa is such a different animal than so many other champions you could have him on, especially a Torvald who's pacing so different there. The direct shots, 850 only. Fusillade would have killed him, but Worm Drogos in many ways was the reason he stayed alive, avoiding some of the damage coming out from creatives on the shot lane. And now the zone potential. Dragon Punch doesn't want to miss this one. Easy peasy. Lemon Squeezy Ruckus goes down. Objective captured for Burrito now. They're in charge of this game.
2 minutes and 25 to get this one home. The conversion won't close out the game or the set with it.
Woo!
They're in
Look
a
at
good
that
spot
speed.
there. Wormjet's going to be flying around very quickly. See the record too is hitting for 2,125 damage, absolutely obliterating the barrack shield before it can do anything for him. Protection coming out as well. 14 streak, 21 for SunCommander. Is it going to be ended here? Thiel's going to keep it alive for a little bit longer and keep him healed up.
Incredible streak by SunCommander, and now losing this kill, dying here is going to be so crucial. But for just the momentum, but not as crucial for the ultimate charge, right? I think Interlopers are going to be in a similar spot of defending here. They have a decent lineup for it, but SunCommander and with the protection coming out from bonkers, again, shouts out to both of them for just staying safe. He's not fighting.
Uh-oh, is this it? No, the peel's gonna be good. Drops the shell shield and tries to go for the hook off the map. This is it. He's going down. No, my God, he's still alive.
Oh my God, SunCommander's just, wow, he jumped in. He better have another leap. He does actually. Looks like he popped his ultimate and he's going buck wild. So that's what gave him the cooldown reset. SunCommander does slay Kamyker, and that is it. Shaolin gets 100% ult back. And he is ready to pop it. Not sure when he last used Heat Haze, actually. So that may have been the one person they didn't want it to go on. But finishing off SunCommander, worthwhile task.
58 seconds remain in the round before the overtime potentially starts. There's a nice Dread Serpent. Will zone out 3 from the Interlopers. Thiel is able to find spunkki, and that's the start that Burrito needed in this fight.
Ultimate's online. Shaolin's the only one for the side of Interlopers. However, Burrito Esports have Drogos' Dragon Punch. Laizy gonna be able to make an impact here. Will he use it is the question, considering he's relatively low right now, and Drox is about to go onto him in the back line, but also the fact that they may want to save it for the next point fight. Now that they've gotten 2 kills, SunCommander back again on this huge streak here. Buck showing Serpent Beach is his map indeed. It is really looking good for Laizy to maybe put the icing on the cake and confirm this push if they need to.
Just leap. Just heroic leap. Send that damage home. Takes a lot of poke. Getting cute there, just shooting 1 bullet at a time on Unbelievable. 5 seconds remain here. That pick is big. skillganon gonna get a big advantage. Laizy does trade out his life for Kamyker, but cuts off the sustain for the Interlopers, and I think it's gonna be worth it.
1 at a time. That's all SunCommander needs. Shots fired, literally for Buck, and he and Burrito are going to be able to clean this one up. A 2-0 push, largely off the back of, I think, just a performance here by, yet again, a great Buck. And that is just so hard to track down.
SunCommander already back to a 9 streak. Bird on a 15. Has his Dread Serpent available again, so got a lot of damage and a lot of healing through in that last fight. Hyper Beam ready to go. Buck Wild is available, so Burrito are in a good spot. They do have the ultimate advantage pretty narrowly, however. A couple of Interlopers ults aren't too far off the mark. 66% for the Dome Shield, 83% for the Illusory Rift. But the 2 big ones are up. The 2, I think, probably most important ones for Interlopers, the Hexafire and the Accursed Arm. Those are the big kill grabbers that are going to need to find value.
Thiel not having the ancient range is actually pretty huge as well. We saw that just turn the team fight last time. SunCommander, if he can get dealt with early, maybe an impale onto him, finish it off, they might have a very, very successful time. Dread Serpent's not going to find that much value, it doesn't seem like. At least it will not get a kill onto it. Drops his Accursed Arm in response, and they've slayed bonkar, and that's definitely going to hurt the survivability, I think, of this Buck. But Buck still doing damage for his cause. Burrito just trying to stay in it. Laizy finding a kill on the creatives. Spunkki, though, needs to hit these shots. Doesn't do it.
That was everything, though, in the market. That was the Accursed Arm and the Hexafire just for 1 target, and it was just too much committed here. Burrito still have plenty left in the tank. Still many threats on the board.
I think it's over.
They're taking this team fight in a big way. 57% already. They got guys moving out to zone as well.
I think it's because of the fact that I don't know. Well, if the Ruckus can get off, Laizy doesn't spot him. That's big, but I'm just saying the zone potential is so strong with these guys, it's almost impossible. And spunkki now, he finds himself at 90 health. I mean, he could die very, very easily. Look, SunCommander might take him out. Spunkki's going to have to make a great play. Can't get up to it. His charges are out. Trying to just escape, and there it is. Skillganon throws the dome shield out. 99% for Burrito. It is do or die.
It's going to buy some time, but the fire spits are coming over the top. Going to be a lot of poke damage coming through. Turrets are already starting to fall apart. 66%. Here comes the Dragon Punch. Just wants to avoid that planet damage. Doesn't want to risk it. Going in and trading out his life for it. 85%. Interlopers are making a great attempt at this.
The reason that Dragon Punch not hitting anyone, I don't know if I agree with that, man. Obviously, you know, you have to make those split calls. You have to make that decision. But I think if that hits Barrack, if that hits Ruckus, that's GG. But unfortunately, they give themselves another chance. A great play by Thiel to take down Unbelievable, but spunkki to follow up as well. Finds himself on a 4 streak. Interlopers are still in this game, despite all odds. Despite Burrito's zoning potential, they just didn't take advantage of it.
3 kills for spunkki as well. Big, big plays from the former Burrito player to help shut down his ex-team. 1 minute and 50 seconds remain here. Trying to keep his Barrack alive. Thiel's a little bit caught out right now. I'd like to see him just collapse and try and kill Thiel.
It would be important too, Kamyker. Yeah, that's not going to be easy for him. Thiel grabs 2. Laizy grabs 1, Bird grabs another. Everybody's grabbing on the side of Burrito. And although he's there trying to fight skillganon, will go down to the gourd from Bird. That is that persistent healing. That just wasn't a trade they were going to win. Minute and 25 now for them to push. Interlopers still have the chance to tie things up.
Burrito still in a decent spot, though. They won't benefit from the defense point this round, but they can play it very defensively. They can even give up conversions if they see a big ultimate conversion or a big ultimate commitment from Interlopers. They could elect to just save their stuff, give up conversion, and win the team fight in the next round very handily.
That's a good play, though. This is an even better Dread Serpent. SunCommander cleans it up off of a great counter by Bird to an Accursed Arm that found 1 kill onto Laizy. Unbelievable, trying to finish off the Buck, but doesn't realize that that could get protected at any point in time with Torvald. And that field study is going to mean a lot to a flanking Buck here, especially to his 3,000 health pool. Turn it into effective 5,000 HP.
spunkki falling very low. Laizy able to take that one home. Another direct shot over the top here. Dragon Punch is ready. A lot of low targets here. Fire Spit could be big. He's going to just try to force creatives out. That's the biggest threat to Laizy right now, so he wants to keep him forced back. Give space for his team to go to work to take out all of these fledglings on the ground.
Can't even find him. Doesn't even know where he is at this point. Speed Drogos, man. If you can believe it, this used to be 100%. It's 65% movement speed, but this used to be, imagine this, 35% faster. How hard that was to keep track of this Drogos. It's one of the funny, like horrific playtest memories that I actually have with this champion. And again, Laizy just showing that the 65 is still...
Remember when Fusillade was 100%?
Fusillade, that was the worst one.
That was brutal.
Oh, that was absolutely brutal.
We remade that game.
We did, we did.
Running around one-shotting everyone.
Drogos so strong, has been, probably always will be with that ultimate. The defense is successful and put him on Laizy, a talented player in this esports scene, and it's almost impossible to take down.
Very strong hold here. A lot of ultimates still on the board, so they wisely held on to a lot of their resources. But Interlopers did as well. They've got a lot of stuff in the bank. Dome Shield, Illusory Rift, as well as the Hexifier. Damage dealt far and away being led by Burrito. They gotta drive it home now. They can't, you know, get sloppy towards the end here. This win is important for them. They need to go up to that 3-win mark.
Yeah, and I think spunkki's damage needs to come up here. He needs to find more kills. I think you look at the damage charts that we just took a look at, and you see, you know, Laizy and Buck up there. They've got their 2 damage dealers well above. You know, Thiel and Ruckus kind of keeping pace with each other, only 2,000 apart, and Creatives, the only damage dealer standing out. spunkki is just 30 to 50,000, 60,000 below what Laizy and SunCommander are able to do. So he's got to step it up on this Androxus in this point fight if they want to have another chance. Laizy in the back line, refiring. Nobody's found him yet. Speed Drogo's just going to use the ability for his maneuverable kind of jetpack here to just stay safe rather than do damage consistently. He's just peeking in and out. Now they sent 2 to get him.
Doing a lot of damage, using his mobility beautifully, just being everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Finds a big fire spin where like keeping the pressure on them. Everyone could be very low here. Spunkki doesn't go down from Laizy, but it looks like SunCommander's looking for him. Still retains the Dragon Punch through all of that mayhem. And now he can use it just to shut down a tank, shutting down the retake potential. It was too dangerous for him to go in there by himself with that Dragon Punch. He probably would have been picked off in the process.
They've got to kill him here, otherwise it's going to be very hard to retake it. Because if he just decides Dragon Punch, I think he's too low to Dragon Punch now. They'll probably kill him. And so they've got to, I think, finish this one off here. He uses speed juggles to get to the right, to the left. The protection comes through, but will they kill him beforehand, or will he find anyone? I don't know! Oh, he gets there right at the edge. Spunkki just at the limit of his Dragon Punch and gets taken down, and the Accursed Arm will not be won. Will not win anyone over. Will not win the game.
Big play. Does that redeem him for the rest of the day? Does that redeem the King Bombs?
I say yeah. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, we're giving the thumbs up from production. All
you
right.
did a
All
good
right, Laizy.
thing.
All right.
You're back.
You're back to number 1 in our hearts. That was hot.
That was hot, man. That was a great play. And again, it was just, it's a game of inches, you know.
It is. And
we can take a look at the scoreboard here to see where it all transpired.
Well, you give them an inch and they take a mile here. Laizy, 144K. And shout out to SunCommander, 108K on the buck. That's tough to keep up with a Drogos and a Shaolin.
3 deaths, bro.
Nuts. Did receive a lot of, the favoritism from bonkar shielding, albeit 203,000 shielding for bonkar. So a lot of good protection bubbles coming out. Those two, bonkar and SunCommander are looking like Laizy and Thiel of old. That's the kind of synergy that we used to see from them, where Thiel would kind of bodyguard Laizy around the map on various champions. But a good job showing that synergy is lost but not forgotten now on bonkar and SunCommander.
Yeah, and I mean, SunCommander also displayed, I think, a lot of patience, whereas Androxus's play is relatively aggressive. I think we saw a lot of patience here and a lot of development from SunCommander this weekend, showing how he's improved as an overall player, as an overall Paladins player. Just understanding the situation is that, your value is sometimes not in fighting, but in refusing to fight, because you can come and fight another day. In fact, I think we just saw that with Laizy too. Laizy would just poke in, poke out, shoot. You try to, chase me, waste your time because I'll get away, and then I'll come back and shoot you again. And now you're just caught in limbo, chasing me, trying to chase someone else, and eventually we outbox you.
So Burrito find their 3rd win, only one behind District 69 at this point. They have all but secured themselves a spot in the Paladins Masters land here. Even if both Interlopers and Wolves, it's up to Wolves now. They have to find wins in both of their sets next week to even get to the point where they're going to tie with Burrito. And even then, Burrito do have the head-to-head here.
So not a surprise. Burrito with the only 2-0 of the day. D69 and Burrito both dropping games in their other sets, but coming across as the victors here, and 2 wins apiece for both of their squads will mean D69 and Burrito have 4 wins, four actually wins for D69 only, as they did win the head-to-head against Burrito. So Burrito now 3-1, Wolves 1-3, and Interlopers 0-4. Have not won a set yet.
Yep, each team will have 2 more matches to be played next weekend. So D69 have clinched their spot at the LAN.
Congratulations.
As Burrito have as well, because even if Wolves win both of their matchups, Burrito have the head-to-head, because they're not playing them next weekend, and Burrito has beaten Wolves.
So it looks like it could be all wrapped up here, and with D69 and Burrito. But the other thing that's important is the gauntlet placing, right, for these 2 teams. 3rd and 4th do mean a lot, because when you get into the gauntlet qualifiers that are running across from this,
one less series you got to win.
Absolutely. We'll touch on that in just a second, but tomorrow you will be tuning in, hopefully, for the North American side of things. A lot heating up here. It's all available. The Astral Authority have kind of been rolling through teams here, but AGG, Eager, Panda Global are going to have to really see what they're made of. Panda Global, big games against Eager and Astral Authority tomorrow to see if they can actually climb the ranks here. And then Eager, AGG going against Astral Authority. That's a big game for them. Prince Danny showing a lot of resolve with choosing some out-meta, flank picks and having a lot of success there. Will he be able to keep that up? Will they be able to keep that up? AGG, definitely big storyline for tomorrow. Nick, we were just mentioning it. The Gauntlet Qualifiers, they're running alongside this. We lead into the LAN, but we have one more weekend next weekend, and then something called the Gauntlet, which I'm not sure everyone's aware of.
That's right. So the top team playing out of the Gauntlet Open, which is an open bracket. You can still go sign up for that. If you take first place, you could come out on top of that still. In the top, we're going to take the top team from that and put them against the bottom 2 teams seeded from the Masters qualifiers. So we're talking about Burrito, we're talking about D69 right now out of Europe. Interlopers and Wolves will still play for a 3rd spot out of the North American and European regions to try and get that 3rd spot at the Masters land. They will be facing off, squaring off against the top-seeded team from those Gauntlet Opens.
Exactly. So it's going to be really impactful because the bottom team, or the first team from the Gauntlet Open qualifier, is going to play against the 4th-seeded team first. And those two will decide who plays against the 3rd-seeded team. So the 3rd-seeded team kind of gets to sit there, play one less game, as you mentioned. That's what the reference was, and kind of see what their opponents do. It's just less of a hill to climb, and that should essentially give you a better chance of following through. So these games still mattering a lot. Tomorrow we've got North America. Guys, that's going to be it for us today, man. It's been a great broadcast. We've had a lot of fun. Yeah. We're here in Europe. We'll be there again, like in North America tomorrow. 3 p.m. Eastern time is where we will start our broadcast. We'll let you know if there are any changes on our Twitter or any other of our accounts that you can follow us here at Hi-Rez for. And from myself, Rain Day, of course, Hi-Rez Pretty Air, and all of our production here in Alpharetta Studios with Hi-Rez, we'd like to thank you for watching us. We appreciate you supporting the game Paladins. And as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming. And we'll see you all in the realm.